I was in another similar conference yesterday, and there's some small notes that I've taken. People are talking about sanitation, traffic, healthcare, education, legal clean of traffic, water logging. Who comes first, citizen or cities? Education, healthcare, sustenance, and quality of life as far as these smart cities are concerned. It doesn't matter whether you call them smart cities, you call them friendly cities. One key element which is common for all the greenfield cities that are being proposed by the new government, or all the old cities, the brownfield projects, existing cities. You can't dump the existing cities, that's very clear. You have to have a new paradigm of management as far as the existing cities are concerned. How do we ensure that we have taken care of the utilities? Yesterday's seminar was organized by a computer company, and all they can talk about is that how to Wi-Fi the cities. Wi-Fi or digital connectivity is a secondary thing. I think you can use, and there are some basic needs. You require water, you have facilities for sewage clearance, solid waste management, and other utilities, electricity, telephone. There are a whole lot of activities, and I'll talk about these utilities. They have to be taken care of, whether they are greenfield projects or brownfield projects. What I'm going to talk about in this small presentation is how to manage these utilities, how to manage the city. The biggest problem that we are facing today in all the cities is that we do not have a single CIO or CEO of the city. There is a wonderful book called Mystery of Capital, written by Anando Risotto. It talks about the steps required to get a clearance if you want to build a commercial property in Delhi, or in Cairo, or in other cities. Why these cities are lagging behind the Western cities, the cities in the developed countries? One main reason is that the kind of process we have, the procedure we have to get the clearances, and he talks about 27 different agencies that are being consulted. If you want to get a Pakka clearance certificate to build a house, and then you have to have a completion certificate, too. There are two different C and D certificates. We have to, as far as the smartness is concerned, to smarten this part. It's good that Mr. Kumar, the Vice Chairman of media, was here and he was talking about whole lot of reforms in media, whole lot of reforms in the 3 units of MCD. Basic problem that we are facing in all the urban cities, in all the urban areas, is that the population is growing at an unprecedented rate. The natural growth could be something, but then the people who migrate to these cities is huge. 10%, 11%, even more than that. And consequently, what you require to manage the city is radically different technology tools. There are certain areas that I know in Delhi, like Malvinagar. It's a huge area, and you are still running on a 12-inch diameter sewage pipeline. Is it sustainable? You'll find if you go there, if you visit Malvinagar, or those of you who come from that area, you'll find that there is a sewage that means from
6 inches.
some places is 6 inches. I'm talking about the trunk line, which is 12 inches, the maximum. And you'll find that there is a sewage line cleaning machine, which is always there, working day in, day out. No earthly way you can replace this line. You can probably put a new line, and you need to have a way to do it. Cities require innovation for better decisions, coordination, and planning. That is important. What we need to have in most of the cities, existing cities, is a single command. It's the most difficult part, but unless you have a single command, like this girl who made a presentation on behalf of PDA, she said that you have a body called UTPAC. And through this UTPAC, they can get clearance for all the transportation projects. This is well understood, definitely, in the same direction. What is a smart city? And my definition is that a smart city has smart governance, management, smart mobility, transport, smart environment, and when I say smart environment, it has different connotations. Should be cleaner environment, yes, but then environment monitoring and environment tools, monitoring tools should be in place. And people should know what is wrong with the air quality today. Because there are lots of people, a big population, suffering from asthma, suffering from different allergies. Pollen allergy, for instance. Is it possible to map such events, the suspended particulate matter, and inform the residents of the city in a timely manner so that they can be cautious about this? Smart economy, smart living, and smart people. When I say smart people, what is smart means? Maybe I'm not very entire, I'm not smart, but when we say smart, I would qualify it to be digitally literate, so that the government can have a two-way communication with its city. It's not very expensive now. Just if you have proper facilities, proper functionalities available, it's very simple, easy to make everybody, to connect everybody in the city and ensure that they are literate enough. We have to bring it to that level. Just think about two basic instruments that we are using, a mobile phone and a calculator. Why they are so pervasive? Anybody can use them. A 4 or 5 years old kid can use them. An illiterate sabjiwala can use them. Both the devices. Can we bring Internet of the Things or this so-called SMS technology, whether we use simple SMS or interactive SMS, which is called USSD? Is it possible to bring it to a level that even an illiterate housewife can use it? Yes, it is possible. It's only a matter of building some user interface. Smart city utilizes optimum network infrastructure, ICT, for two-way communication with the city. A typical problem, I live in Delhi and in a PDA colony. Almost every month we have 1 or 2 events that the water is not available. Water supply will not be available. But I come to know of it when I go back home. which is normally 7:30, 8 o'clock, then my wife will tell me that, look, we haven't got 6 o'clock free. We get 2 fillings a day, normally starting 6 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening for 2 hours each. And she has no idea why she's not getting water in the taps. Very simple thing. It is possible to inform, to ensure that she gets information in time. And she's prepared for it. I analyzed one such event. I went to the place where they pump water, and I asked him, what's wrong? He said there is a breakdown. And they are working since 10 o'clock in the morning. And it was 6 o'clock in the evening. So 8 hours, users had no idea what has gone wrong. And 8 hours is a good enough time to prepare ourselves to take care of this kind of emergency. And it doesn't cost much money. One software, one management tool that can be used is a GIS-based mapping. It provides design, implementation, planning, implementation, etc., for a complete set of utilities. Real challenge is to prepare such a database. If it is a greenfield project, you can do it right from day one. As this lady from EDA suggested, that we should have trenches to house the utility lines, as in the Western countries. Most of the countries, you can go through these trenches, and some of these trenches or tunnels are so big that you can drive through these tunnels for the maintenance. It's very difficult to do it in our old cities, existing cities, but in new cities, and as I'm told, because this concept paper was circulated day before yesterday, that the government is planning to include 35 capital cities, that is 35 capital and UT headquarters, wherever they are, and 44 existing cities. Which means that, 79 existing cities, the infrastructure will be updated, and 21 peripheral areas will be taken up for the new city development. I'm still not very clear, because I've actually not gone through this concept paper, but in a couple of days you will know about it, which means that you can distinguish between the greenfield and the brownfield projects. And the tools that are available, they cater to both. Okay, some of the citizen-centric, I think this color combination is not very good. Citizen-centric needs are in business, social services, transportation, culture and recreation, civic services, public safety, environment, education, housing and development, and health, which more than covers the areas which I have recited from these notes. The base map, which is required to map all these utilities, will have all the transport network, that is all the roads, all the built-up areas, all the green areas, all water bodies, open water bodies, that is, complete urban infrastructure and flora, complete set of flora. And each tree, which is more than 4 inches, as far as the stem circumference is concerned, can be mapped on the base map. As far as the utilities are concerned, you can take care of water, electricity, gas, telephone, Wi-Fi nodes, Wi-Fi box, the network for fire, police, municipalities, development authorities, and public transport. So all these utilities can be mapped on it. The components of the base map are that you first do the aerial photography, low-lying aerial photography on 1:5,000 scale normally, and then using a reference grid system, and we establish this as far as these times are concerned using GPS. We don't use string cabling because otherwise in big cities it becomes very difficult to get a line of sight. Using photogrammetry, you convert these photographs into maps. Normally, for large cities, these maps are around 1:1,000 scale. Create a map database and then go to the field, collect data related to all the utilities under the ground, which means all water lines, all sewage lines are to be mapped on top of this map. The 2D view, this is a 2D view of the base map. What you will get there is that, and this is from Kolkata, a new area in Kolkata called Salt Lake City. You have all the winter area, you have all the roads, all the lamp posts, and everything that you can see above the ground. Anything which is more than 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter is on the map. And this is a live project which we are running in Kolkata and 6 other cities. We have prepared 4D digital map. Now that we say 4D digital maps, what does it mean? You know 3 dimensions, the X, Y, and Z. The 4th dimension is that you also associate the attributes along with each item that you have on this map. So we have divided the entire map into 900 different attributes. A house, there are 35 different categories of house. It could be a government building, it could be a post office, it could be a hospital. Yes. Right from day one, you have certain intelligence. So you click on a house, it will say that it's a government building, it's a hospital. So all such intelligence is collected in the first go itself. And what is important, that all the government offices related with utility, or if it is private, the private sector, is associated with this project so that they pool in all data into one database. And you can take a comprehensive picture that if you cut a particular road, what are you going to get under it? Or you don't go to the road and start digging to such a line, which is happening these days. So base map, as I said, that the creation maintenance of digital base map data, that is all above the ground data will be reflected on a map. Then utility data, you acquire data and then manage data in such a way for each line. Let's say you locate a water pipeline, then you associate its attribute. It's 30 centimeter in diameter. Sewage line is so many inches in diameter. I'm sorry, so many feet in diameter. Inches, in fact, it's only in Mahaganagara in some such areas. Then we have a metropolitan area network to share this data with all the utility agencies. We have done this in 7 cities: Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Kolkata, Chennai, and we started with Delhi. So we have complete database of Delhi, which runs into several terabytes. From business point of view, what you can get out of it is all the vacant sites, all the conforming uses, that is, as per whether it's as per the plan, master plan, or not, that you will find out. What is the potential? What is in the neighborhood? So you can, using this software, you can drive through, you can walk through. Drive through a road, and it is as if you are actually driving through Rajput, and so-and-so building is on your right, so-and-so building is on your left. So you can do that connectivity. You can see each structure in 3 dimensions. Then from cultural and recreational point of view, you can assimilate every data related to art and culture, park and nature of the park, all the sightseeing spots, the sports and recreation facilities, you can map them, TV, radio and films, what is happening where, those kind of events you can correlate with the map, and it's possible to now post it on, let's say if there is a Facebook, MCD or Mumbai Corporation. So they can post all these details on the Facebook directly without any human intervention, as long as you have the details of these cities. Okay, somebody is casting evil eyes on me, so I have to wind up. As far as the environment is concerned, you can map all these parameters: noise, garbage and recycling, animal control, welfare, trees. And we have done a wonderful work as far as trees are concerned. I'll show you some slides from Mumbai and Kolkata. Trees in a certain area of Mumbai, all these trees you can see here. And you can count using this map. Sewage network, the complete sewage network, and the flow direction, its parameters, everything is part of this map. Okay, we can. Then you can have specific maps for sewage, water, electricity, and land use, whether it's in conformity or not. Housing and development, what we need now is that you need to have an urban ministry, which is no longer there. And the book I quoted, The History of Capital, the basic problem is that most of our residential in your own name, tenant records, land use management, building management, and any other general information. You can map the houses as far as the Aadhaar-based UIDs are concerned. Old age homes, night shelters, and economic weaker section related to housing areas that you can map separately. The certain municipalities have used this for, let's say, property tax module. You can calculate your property tax using this particular module. This is in Hyderabad. Utility outages, it will immediately alert that there is an outage, and if necessary, will tell you how to reroute electricity to this area. Then you have a flow diagram available for all the sewage connection, all the water connection. Fault detection. Using this and using certain SCADA software, you can detect fault in an office. So in case of any electricity fault, you can do that sitting in an office. You don't have to do investigation in the field. Solid waste management is shortest route from the dugout to the final disposal places. Asset management, complete city road maintenance, and which includes in what do you do in case of floods. It can give you the complete rerouting in case of a disaster, let's say a tremor, and if some certain roads are damaged, then it will tell you that which roads are still available to you, and you can reroute your traffic to those routes. So you can use it for a command center application, traffic information, mapping unsafe spots in terms of safety for the ladies and safety for the girls. What spots are unsafe? You can forewarn them. Then there are modules available for finding the optimum route, the shortest route or optimum route. Which route takes minimum time or which route takes minimum distance. This is one project which we have done for the Delhi Disaster Management Authority. that in case of an earthquake in Delhi, how do you take care of evacuating the affected people from that area? I'll take you both, please. Here on the disaster is another slide from that project. The red ones are the disaster affected roads. They are location of fire station, police station. So you know that in case of this particular disaster, these are the points where you can put people, provide them night shelter, etc. Evacuation route, hospital information, which is already there, and it also has the information related to what is available in the particular hospital. Complete urban transportation system, parking information and maintenance information is available, and we have done wonderful projects in 6 other cities. Future technology is that you will depend on cloud computing, you will depend on some user-based interface using RFID in your car, etc., and linkage with users so that you can share your information that there is a water outage or power outage or anything to that effect. Okay, thank you very much.